Matt Quistor for Crazy Mo Guitar. We're going back to the roots with this really cool bending lick over a major bar chord. So get ready to get your Southern rock on. Alright, here we are. So the main bar chord for this lick is going to be a root 5 major chord, which looks like this. I'm starting on D. So I've got my 5th fret on the A string. First finger only plays that one string, so no barring there. The third finger is going to bar from the 7th fret on the D, the G, and the B. So you have 3 strings you're barring. You want to kind of ramp that third finger so it basically covers all 3 of those strings, but curving up so that your high E string is muted or basically dead. So you don't want to play the low E string, and you don't want to play the high E string. And what I'm doing is with the first finger, I'm over fretting a little bit so it makes contact with that low E string. So if I strum it, it's not going to ring wide open on me. So I'm over fretting, it's making contact. I'm not actually pushing down on the string, just letting the tip of the finger hit that. And again, arching the third finger up, so I got a nice curve there, and the E string on top is muted. That's my 4-string major bar chord. Now the scale we're going to attach to this chord is a root 5 minor pentatonic. So it starts with the first finger, and here's what the pattern looks like. You have the first finger on the 5th fret, 8th finger on 8, 8th finger, pinky on 8. You have the first finger on 5, third finger on 7, first finger 5, third finger 7, second finger 6th fret in the B string. That's kind of weird there. It shifts out of position. Most pentatonics, you roll through and that first finger is staying in the same area. This one shifts over. So you have 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7. Here's the second finger. Then you have the pinky on the 8 on the B string. So 6th fret to 8th fret. Second finger pinky. Then here's the first finger back to that 5th fret, back into position. And the pinky on top on 8. So you have 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 4, and then backwards. Again, the whole time I'm working the scale, my right hand's alternate picking, down and up. So that scale is going to be attached to this chord. Now, even though it's a major chord and we're playing a minor pentatonic, because of what the minor pentatonic scale is, it's going to be one of the uses you could do as far as getting that real down and dirty bluesy sound over a major chord. So don't worry if you're questioning, why can you play a minor scale over a major chord? But check out more with CrazyMoGuitar.com and you'll learn why down the road. So basically, taking that chord, attaching that scale. So the lick I was doing, I was starting with the first finger on the 5th fret here, so the very top note. Then right away I went to the second finger note. And I'm going to bend that up a half step. So the idea here is if you look at the chord, in that chord, there's the 6th fret from the scale, right here. So I'm taking that note and I'm bending it, and bending it into the 7th fret, which is in the chord. So that's why this works nicely, is you're starting with this kind of dirty note out of the chord, and you're bending it into the chord. And we're resolving with the 7th fret and the G string. So that's the lick. It starts off minor. Because of that bend, now it's going to be more of a major sound. Okay? So when I'm doing that bend, you have the option of either taking the first finger and putting that behind the second to help pull on the string. But it's only a half step bend, so you don't need a whole lot. So what I do is I fret that second finger note. So again, I'm over fretting a little bit. I'm making contact with the second finger on the G string. So the tip of the finger is hitting that string. So when I bend, I don't have to worry about the G string note ringing. Then I grab my third finger note. Now in the beginning of the video, I did the strum on the chord. I did 2 dead notes, which is just basically taking the pressure off the chord. I'm laying 3 fingers down without actually pushing into the string, so I'm not fretting any notes. I'm just letting them make contact. So when I strum the string, it creates that dead sound. Then I'm into that lick. Alright, so that's basically the idea. There's the chord. And right into that lick pattern there. So the bed notes are kind of tricky. You can mess around with what to put in between, or if you don't use anything, it's just straight up strum, strum, and the lick. That sort of thing. And at the end of that vibrato, like the third finger, I'll sometimes throw the second finger behind that, give a little bit of a nice kind of vibrato without having too much noise. Again, first finger is almost like it's going to do a bend. So I've got my first finger sticking out, blocking the D string. And vibrato, I'm pushing up on the string. I'm pushing it up so it's out of tune and then back into tune. Almost like a twist of the wrist, like that sort of thing. That's the motion. So the whole thing you have is here's the D major bar chord. Here's the lick. Then I move the whole thing down to C, the 3rd fret. Same thing, here's the bar chord. I want to see that minor pentatonic scale. Same lick. Alright, then I went up to the G. Same idea, here's my G major, this is the 10th fret, G major chord, and the scale attaches right to that chord. Same lick. So you go anywhere you want to go. You can go down to F on the 8th fret. Same idea. There's the chord, there's the scale. And that's the visuals you want. So no matter where you're playing one of these chords, I could do something odd like a D flat, 4th fret, a D flat major chord. I can walk that scale, that minor pentatonic right over that. It gives a real down and dirty blues sound. So if you want to practice the scale, you can even just do the chord and walk the scale up and down. But I really highly recommend you go right to that bend, because that allows your technique to be challenged. You're doing a chord, then you're trying to get to that bend, and back to a chord. So you're kind of stressing the left hand going from playing a pattern with multiple fingers to one finger at a time. And also with the right hand, trying to be accurate with strumming into picking a single string melody. So again, experiment with it. Just remember the visuals. There's the major chord, there's the scale. So make up your own licks. Those will work really nice to get that real solid kind of down and dirty blues feel. And that bending lick is just cool. Very Southern rock. Alright, hope you enjoyed that video. What a cool way to learn a bar chord and attach a minor pentatonic lick to that. Especially with the bending, it's a very aggressive, it's Southern rock style, back to the roots. You gotta love it. Check out crazymoguitar.com. Make sure you subscribe. Lots more videos on the way. We're just gonna be pumping out content that is fun and visual and very engaging. So stay tuned. Matt Quistorf signing out. See ya!